In the number triangle shown, each disk is to be filled with a positive integer, and each disk in the top or middle row contains the number which is the product of the two numbers immediately below. What is the value of n? So 2022 is equal to 2 times 1011. And 1011 I know is going to be a multiple of 3. And I think this is prime. N can't be 2 because that would mean it would have to be a factor of whatever goes in here and also whatever goes in here. It can't have 2 in it twice because 2 is only here once. Same with 3. It's only divisible by 3 once. There's not another 3 that's in one of these numbers. So it can't be 2. It can't be 3. For the same reasons, it can't be 6 or 33. So N has to be equal to 1. Question 12. What is the sum of the digits of the integer which is equal to 6666666 squared minus 3333333 squared? So maybe you'll recognize that this is a difference of squares, which means that it's the product of this guy plus this guy times this guy minus this guy. That's going to be equal to 10 million minus 1. This whole thing is going to be 3.3 million times 10 million minus 3.3 million. So it's going to look like that. And that's a little bit easier to work with. Howie here on TikTok had a great tip when you're subtracting numbers like these. Instead of doing borrowing a whole number of times, just subtract 1 from both the top and the bottom number. So all I've done is subtract 1 from the top number and subtract 1 from the bottom number. The differences should still be the same, but this is much easier to subtract because that's going to be a 7, that's going to be a 6. Why am I all over the place? Now all we want to know is the sum of the digits of this number.
A few moments later.
Plus 7 is 63. 3 rugs have a combined area of 90 meters squared. When they're laid down to cover completely a floor of area 60 meters squared, the area, which is covered by exactly 2 layers of rug, is 12 meters squared. What is the area of floor that's covered by exactly 3 layers of rug? So the area of the floor is 60 square meters, and we're going to divide that into 3 segments, A, B, and C. And we're going to say one of those segments is the area that's covered just by 1 rug. One of those is the area that's covered by exactly 2 layers of rug. We know that that's equal to 12. And the area that's covered by 3 layers of carpet is going to be C. And that's going to be the unknown that we want to find out. This area B is sort of double counted. When we account for the double counting, we're going to multiply that by 2. And with C, we're going to multiply by 3 because that's the area that has 3 layers. Then actually all the carpet areas added up together is 90 meters. Since we know that B is 12, we can rewrite this, subtract 12 from both sides, and we have 48 is equal to A plus C. 66 equals A plus 3C. We're going to subtract these two equations from one another. Negative 18 equals A minus A is going to be 0, and C minus 3C is negative 2C. So C is going to be equal to 9. And there is our answer, like magic, huh? Question 14, the diagram shows a square KLMN. A second square, PQRS, is drawn inside it as shown in the diagram, where P divides the side KL into a ratio of 1 to 2. Similarly, the square TUVW is drawn inside PQRS with T dividing PQ in a ratio of 1 to 2. So what fraction of the area of the entire larger square is shaded? So we're going to approach this by first finding the ratio of the middle square to the large square. Then that should be the same exact ratio as the smallest square to the middle square. We know that this and this have a 1 to 2 ratio. So if this is an A, this is going to be 2A. The largest square has a side length based on this diagram of 3A squared. The middle square we can solve with the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus 2A squared, which is a ratio of 5 to 9. Then that means the ratio of the small square to the middle square should also be 5 over 9. So if you want to know the ratio of the small square to the large square, so that's going to be 5/9 squared, which is 25 over 81. How many times did I say squared in this question? Question number 15. The hare and the tortoise had a race over 100 meters, in which both maintained constant speeds. When the hare reached the finish line, it was 75 meters in front of the tortoise. The hare immediately turned around and ran back towards the start line. How far from the finish line did the hare and tortoise meet? By the time the hare reaches the finish line, the tortoise is 75 meters behind him. So the hare turns around to race back to the starting line, but in that time period, the tortoise has also went forward. There's not a speed in the question, but we can just make up a speed. So let's say that the hare reached the finish line in 1 minute. So the hare had a speed of 100 meters per minute. The tortoise had a speed of 25 meters per minute. So combined, they have a speed of 125 meters per minute. So how long will it take them to close a 75-meter gap? Well, it would be 75 divided by 125. That's 3 over 5. 3/5 of a minute, or 0.6 minutes. How long will the tortoise travel in 0.6 minutes? Well, it would be 0.6 or 3/5 of 25. And 3/5 of 25 is going to be 15. So the tortoise is going to travel an additional 15 meters. 15 on top of the 25 that he already traveled is going to be 40. So this is going to be at the 40-meter mark. How far from the finish line did the hare and tortoise meet? Well, if this is the 100-meter mark and this is the 40-meter mark, then they met 60 meters away from the finish line.